That Australia batting lineup's quite a powerhouse. Remember, just the one change they've made today, which is they've got Josh Hazlewood in for Kane Richardson, which is actually, as Aaron Finch said at the toss, it's more because of injury, the soreness. Now, remember, one more thing that I want to talk to Zach about is that this is a very rare sort of phenomena. Only a one-day gap between two one-day internationals, right?
Yeah.
I think it's pretty much become standard world over that you have a two-day gap.
Right.
A one-day gap is it's hard, man. I mean, 100 over cricket isn't easy. You can get sore after that, after bowling 10 overs, can't you?
Yes, and you add travel to that.
Yeah.
And many a times you've seen that after air travel you'll find that that extra bit of rest is required. Also, when there is only one day in between, the recovery also has to be adjusted around that, right?
Yeah.
So imagine if you played, for example, the previous match in Rajkot, the next day if the flight is early morning, so you are actually changing that routine or your sleep pattern as well, because more often than not, when you're playing day-nighters, your routine is a bit
it's different, of course.
Yeah, like getting up late, because you have plenty of time to prepare, and when you're especially preparing on a match day, you cannot do a session very early in the morning also. They say the session has to be 3 hours, max 3 to 4 hours before you start before the start of play.
Yeah.
So so that is something. So even if you are awake, if you are an early riser and awake at 6 o'clock, you still have to wait for that time. Otherwise.
Much like Ajay, like he early riser, used to be up at 6 o'clock every day.
So all these schedules patterns get affected, and when you have that extra day, so you have a travel day, then you go and then you have a practice session.
By the way, their flight was
in
also
that you
delayed,
can manage yourself.
Their flight was also delayed apparently. Australia's flight was delayed like 3 or 4 hours, which is pretty standard these days when you're flying anywhere in India, especially if you're going from a small airport like Rajkot. Sorry, it's a smaller airport. No,
Yeah,
I don't want Ajay to like get.
No, it is a small airport, but at least.
I've been there. It's a very small airport.
Yeah, because
थोड़ा बड़ा बनाओ ना सर, कुछ करो ना.
राजकोट का?
Yeah.
जामनगर का ना बढ़वा दूं. No, it is really tough. I mean, it takes, you saw the next day. Yeah. No matter, how fit you are, because when you go out there, the fitter you are, you put in that much more, your effort's gone in. And leave this, why do we say in test match cricket, if you bowled 20 overs today and the next day you have to come and bowl, and if your team gets all out again and you're bowling again on the third day, the same bowler who bowled on the first day looks such a potent bowler, and on the third day, he looks totally different. So this is like that. And Australia have been smart enough and been, I think, flexi. You got to be realistic sometimes and be, and this is where your bench strength really comes into place.
Yeah.
If you have somebody who's sore, he's not unfit, he's not as strong, he's not feeling as strong, or he's stiff, you have somebody to replace.
Look at the guy they have to replace, Josh Hazlewood.
Yeah.
Not a bad replacement, we'll take that any day.
So say Shami, if he's sore or not, he still has to play at the moment. That's how our team is. So when we talk of bench strength, I think, and I've always believed, the guys sitting in the 13, 14, 15 in the side, maximum people should be fast bowling, because that's the one that breaks down the most.
Yeah.
And that's the one that needs replacement the most.
What a point.
Batsman with a fracture in his hand also can actually, go out there and do the job that he needs to do, and doesn't affect your team performance. But for a fast bowler, even if he's slightly stiff, say whether the calf is stiff or the lower back is stiff, your whole bowling performance or what you can deliver really changes. So I think an advantage there, because and this is where fitness comes in.
Yeah.
Fitness is not just about running 100 meters, but can you recover and come back the next day?
Yeah, and run another 100 and then another 100.
And
I think Zahir Khan will agree with us when we say that fast bowlers are definitely the most precious commodity in cricket. Yes, of course. Just the nod. That's all.
Indeed.